Picking a username for anything is a challenge. You want it to be something that helps identify who you are as a person, or something others can use to tell what type of person you are. You might feel compelled to use your real name, that way people will see the real you. That's Mika with a M in case you're confused. Or if you're lucky, maybe you have a cool nickname someone gave you that you can use, which is good because that way no one will recognize you. Or maybe you want to make a name that represents your playstyle, whether you're really good at the game or really bad at it. Some are pretty creative. Otherwise, you could make a username based off an animal you like, because some people really like animals. And some people really like animals. People also really like food. Sounds delicious. But sometimes your food is already taken and so you need to get creative, in which case you can just add another word to make it unique. Or you can add a symbol to make sure you're really the only one that has that name. Or do whatever that is. People also seem to really like adding X's to their names, so that could be cool, as long as you put it in the right spot. Numbers are also cool, so you can add a number to be really unique, although some numbers are more unique than others. Some people add both X's and numbers to their names. You can even combine food and animals, especially if you really like animals and eating. If you still can't think of anything, some people choose a name like a fictional character that they really like. You just might have to get creative. And as long as you can remember the character's name. Or you might want to make a name that sounds inappropriate, but isn't really. People seem to really like tacos. Okay, that one might actually be inappropriate. Okay, well, that one definitely, just try not to get too political with it. And maybe one day, if you find someone to play with you, you could plan your usernames so they work well together. Because playing with someone could be really cool, maybe. And then the two of you could really get along and get to know each other as really good friends. And you could realize that they've got that one thing you've been really looking for in a person. And you've got what they're looking for too. You even listen to the same music. And they like all your jokes and think you're really funny. And they really like your car. And that makes you feel young again. So you think, this is really it. This is what I've been waiting for. You finally have someone to play games with and life's pretty good. And maybe you plan to do some other, more important things together. And you even start to think about having little gamer kids one day. Or maybe even two. But then, out of nowhere, something goes wrong. And they send you a message that you can't quite figure out. And you try your best to interpret what they're saying, but it seems that they don't want to play games with you anymore. And just like that, they disappear. And you don't even really know what you did wrong. You just feel lost. And upset. Because you feel like total crap. You try to distract yourself to get your mind off things, and you remember what it's like to do things on your own. So you reach out to your friends to see if they can help. But you just feel like everyone is making fun of you. Like they're all in on a joke that you don't get. And that just makes you feel, well, not good. So you go home and start to cry. And cry. And you start to get depressed. Because you feel like you've lost your identity. And you want to just turn the world off for a bit. And just sink into the darkness. So you go back to your old ways. Even though inside you feel like a big jerk. You try and relax, but nothing is fun anymore. And you wonder if this is what dying feels like. And one day you decide to finally go out again, and get a few drinks with friends, and get a little drunk. Okay, maybe a lot drunk. And of course, you just happen to see them there too, in the distance. But for a second you think, is that really them? But yes, it's definitely them. And you start to feel a little nauseous. But you go and talk to them anyway, and you see that they're here with another gamer, and you think that this gamer must be better than you in some way. Or you have a flaw that you didn't know about. Or there must be something wrong with your gaming skills, and that makes you angry. You act nice, but you don't really feel that great inside. And as you leave, you think deep down maybe they're the bad one, not you. And whoever they found to game with them now might not be so great, maybe. And you go home and you finally get some rest. So if you're struggling to come up with a username, I hope I gave you some ideas that might help you get over such a difficult problem in your life. Just know that like most things in life, a username isn't permanent. You can always change it later if you want, or make a new account altogether. Either way, I hope you're able to come up with something really special and unique. One that leaves you feeling happy. Oh, and depending on the game, you can turn off your username in the settings anyways, so others can't see it. Or even better, you can turn off other people's names too, so you don't have to look at them anymore.